What's the most embarrassing thing people would find out if you suddenly die? My 71-year-old single, never married aunt passed away last month. Upon her death, we discovered she was a hoarder. Her house was so cluttered with stuff that there was barely a narrow pathway to walk anywhere inside it. Had this been discovered while she was alive, it would have been extremely embarrassing for her. More information. My aunt wouldn't allow anyone in the family in her home during her last 10 years. Her home wasn't always like that. She wasn't found dead in her home. She was taken to the hospital when her sister, my mom, hadn't heard from her for 4 days, which hadn't happened before. My mom called the police to check on her, and that's when she was found on the floor of her bedroom, unable to move and unable to reach her cell phone. Once in the hospital, she refused to allow anyone to retrieve her cell phone from her house. Out of respect for her privacy, no one retrieved it until she passed. My aunt was loved by everyone who knew her. She was a kind, thoughtful, and generous person. Her secret, once exposed, did not diminish our love for her one bit. Don't care, you'll be too dead to be embarrassed. I still play with T.I. Joes and Ninja Turtles in the bathtub and am 42 years old. I have 2 kids in Latin America. I watched and enjoyed all 20 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. The lack of funds currently in my bank account lol. If they root around my room, they are gonna find an entire collection of onesie pajamas, including a Charmander suit, strategically hidden away. I have a sketchbook that I draw sexual stuff in, and they are all drawings of me. I've got an old Playboy magazine under my bed that shows boobs. I have a list of secrets that my sister is in charge of. She is supposed to open it at my funeral and spill all the beans. I'm talking every dark secret between everyone that includes me. I'm hoping everyone leaves happy I'm dead. And the simple fact she still speaks to me is more than enough proof. I know she hasn't opened it yet. The Hello Kitty tattoo on my butt. Diary entry like random notes where I'm venting about certain people's situations. Writing has always been a helpful way for me to process more intense and confusing emotions. But I do worry that if I suddenly die, those notes will be found, and people who I genuinely cared about in life may then think that this one random journal entry represented the real way I actually secretly thought about them in totality, when really it was just a moment and not representative of my whole relationship with them. Yeah, all of your porn stuff. They are gonna find a lot of clothes from the opposite gender. That I've been conducting a covert mission to document and rate every public restroom I've ever visited, complete with cleanliness scores and ambience evaluations. We have some interesting proclivities in the bedroom, so we already have a pact with each other to get rid of the evidence if one of us goes first. We have a friend who promised to take care of it if we go at the same time. I'm dead. I don't care that they find a full deep freezer in the cellar. I told all my friends that if I die before them, they should turn my memorial service into a total roast. Be merciless, I told them. Someone's getting embarrassed. Just not me. I smoke weed. I'm an old lady now. I've smoked for 52 years. My web history of fanfics I have been reading.